now 1 week into Operation Epic Fury. On the plus side, the American military has once again distinguished itself, despite an apparently unforeseen tactical issue, defending against drones. It's proving to cost more and require more than expected. We're going to focus on that tonight. However, early concerns about the war have little to do with our military capability and much to do with strategy and messaging. The question is not whether or not we're better off if the regime in Iran is gone. Overwhelmingly, Americans see the Iranian regime as toxic extremists that should go. The question is whether or not this matters enough to subordinate what is happening here. Is the war well-timed, designed to remove the regime, to replace it with something non-threatening at least? And will it be worth whatever blood and treasure that requires, again, when America has real problems at home? All that is a lot to ask, which is why Trump and presidents before him did not choose this route. Iraq, Afghanistan, the Arab Spring, Libya, the rest of North Africa, they are all graveyards of good intentions. Ironically, this reality that I'm describing to you is a big reason Trump won his first election, by warning against what is on your screen. That's the problem. No one was asking for this, and what they did ask for is now taking a back seat. Our government is not being transparent about how much money has even been spent. And that doesn't help have any confidence in their competence. So we have to rely on an analysis by the Center for Strategic and International Studies, which found that we are spending $900 million a day on the war, much more, even adjusted for inflation, than we did in our last war. Let me put that into perspective. What would that money mean here? You could have paid 230,000 families health insurance premiums. You could have housed 500,000 homeless, fed 2.2 million kids, funded 6.2 million Trump accounts with $1,000. Gas is up, prices are up. No one has gotten tariff money back. Small businesses are getting crushed. Do you think the American people think this is where our money needs to be spent best right now? Maybe not, especially as there is no consensus this will do what prior efforts failed to achieve. And the president has not given you comfort that it will. Don't forget, Americans have good reason to doubt whether this war is worth it because of how it has been or has not been explained. Today, the president said he might be okay with boots on the ground. He might be okay with a theocratic regime in place in Iran. Those statements are more frightening to people here and in Iran than any of the questions we're asking. Supporters can wave away the idea of 6 American troops being killed in the first week as if it's silly to believe you can have war without death. But that is more blood spilled than in the last decade by Trump. It's only the first week. They're asking for trust when within the first couple of days we already had one of the biggest potential blunders in our recent military history. Now, I know people here especially want to blame what happened at the girls' school on the regime. I wish that were the case. The death of over 100 schoolgirls, though, has not been explained by the American government as being the IRGC. Why wouldn't they say that? They have denied it. They're saying they're investigating. They know all these other things that are happening, but they can't tell us about that. And the reports say that the investigations suggest it was America. That does not breed confidence in what's going to happen here, that in the first week, all those bags are filled with kids because of us. Everybody wants the regime to be removed. It is a threat. And for the Iranians to have their freedom, they deserve it, and we owe it to them. I'm not going into the region because it's a good time to travel. I'm going to give you a sense of how it's going and whether it is becoming more than expected. Is Israel about to make this a two-front war? Are they going to go north into Lebanon? I mean, I understand what this means to them. I'm not as clear on what it means to us. And I get that a bigger focus is also in your minds on what's happening here, whether it's Epstein or affordability, the desperation to afford things. I get it. And I get that what matters most is your desire for things to get better economically and politically. I get it. It is not what people want that is in question. It is whether or not this president is doing anything that will make any of those things better. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.